If you want to knock out monsters, then you need to try out this build. The KO King Build 2.0. It has the ability to make each hunt easier by stun locking monsters using KOs and part breaks. And the weapon we're using to KO monsters is the Charge Blade with Impact Phials, the new KO King. Now, you're probably thinking that the hammer is the better weapon for knocking out monsters. While you can still use the hammer with this build, I think the Charge Blade is the better choice. It has a longer reach, more damage, and can KO monsters more consistently. Ever since the Charge Blade got added to the game, it has been my go-to weapon for knocking out monsters. I've been having way too much fun with this weapon, hitting monsters with AEDs using Impact Phial Charge Blades, dishing out big damage and knocking them out. The experience is simply satisfying. So for this KO King Build 2.0, you'll need the following armor pieces. We will need the Rathian Vambraces for Lock-On and Burst Level 2. Lock-On is a must-have so that we can consistently target the monster's head and deal KO damage. Burst for more damage, and we can easily activate it by using AEDs. We will equip the Diablo's Mail and Diablo's Legs for Slugger to get those juicy KOs. Now, the Diablo's Legs already has Part Breaker, so we'll complete the set with the Diablo's Waist for more points in Part Breaker. Part Breaker is a great skill to have on any Charge Blade build, as it can create openings for you to hit the monster with AEDs and KO the monster. For the helm, you can choose between two armor pieces. It's either you want more Slugger or you want more Part Breaker. If you want more Slugger, then you'll need to equip the Devil Joe face mask, which has level 2 Slugger. Now if you want more Part Breaker, you'll need to equip the Black Diablo's helm with Part Breaker level 2. Now regardless of what you equip, you'll always get a KO and a Part Break. It's just a matter of which one will happen first. Personally, I like the monster to get KO'd first. It gives you a bigger window to do AEDs, but it's up to your personal preference. For our weapon of choice, it's the Black Diablo's Charge Blade. It's the Impact Phial Charge Blade with the highest raw, but you can use whatever Charge Blade as long as it has Impact Phials. The reason why I prefer the Black Diablo's Charge Blade is that at grade 8, you get an additional point in Part Breaker, and it really rounds out the build. Depending on which helm you equip, you can either have Slugger level 5 and Part Breaker level 3, or Part Breaker level 5 and Slugger level 3. But you can choose whatever Charge Blade as long as it has Impact Phials, cause we'll need those phials if we want to knock out monsters. Now to effectively KO monsters using the Charge Blade, we'll need to spam AEDs. We're using AEDs instead of SAEDs since the Phial explosion from the Amped Elemental Discharge is focused on a single spot. If you hit the head, each explosion will deal KO damage. 3 to 4 AEDs to the monster's head will for sure knock it out. And the biggest advantage of using the Charge Blade is the damage. The damage you get from AEDs is pretty good, so you can use this build to hunt down and KO even 8-star monsters. This is a great armor set if you want to farm for Wyvern gem shards, especially if you need to break the monster's head. So the whole game plan of this build is to use the Charge Blade's AEDs. So you need to know how to effectively spam this move to KO monsters and get those precious part breaks. So be sure to check out this video right here to learn how to spam AEDs without dying.